Alice Ivers started out as a dutiful wife in the 1870s, and she ended up having to make her own living when her husband died. She was good looking back then, and she'd learned how to play a mean game of poker, and she could play with the best of the men. She ended up becoming known as Poker Alice. She once claimed that she had won more than $250,000 gambling and that she'd never cheated. And it's believed that that was probably correct because she was very skilled as a player. One of her favorite sayings was, "Praise the Lord and place your bets. I'll take your money with no regrets." This is her story I call Scrapin' By.
The West was hard as bedrock as it kicked and bucked untamed. It trampled countless women, left them mangled, mauled, and maimed. Some girls who bloomed grew reputations tender and exposed. The tough ones spit in fortune's eye and lived the way they chose. A woman of great beauty with blue eyes and lush brown hair, a victim of cruel circumstance who bordered on despair, was forced upon her wedding ring when her young husband died. The undertaker's bill was more than what they'd set aside. She failed at several jobs she tried. Faint hope was bruised and sore. Grim worry wore a weary path right to solution's door. She'd learned the game of poker while she'd been a faithful wife. The cards renewed her hope as Poker Alice came to life. Her assets were impressive, though intangible and rare. She was the best at counting cards and kept the men aware of beauty only dreamed of by the miner's starving eyes. Her siren looks distracted and became the men's demise. Large crowds would come to watch her as she liberated cash from charmed, enchanted challengers with feminine panache. Saloons made profits from her skills and gave approving nods. She never played on Sundays, 'cause she had the fear of God. With winnings quite substantial, Poker Alice scattered cash and left a hefty portion in New York, which some thought rash. Her wardrobe was the trademark that advanced her gambling trade. She wore the fancy frilly frocks a fashion tailor made. Imagine Mona Lisa with a bigger toothy smile that holds a sprig of spinach 'tween her teeth. Then reconcile the fact that this young woman had a habit most bizarre. Sweet lovely Lady Alice liked to chomp a black cigar. Her married life was mayhem, making widowhood her fate. 3 husbands took up residence in Boot Hill real estate. Her hair turned gray in Sturgis, where she opened her saloon. A 38 kept peace 'neath the Black Hills' silver moon. Her dreading heart was pounding with the dental patient's fear while in the banker's office, where she hoped that she would hear him give his quick approval as her business was well known. In order to expand and grow, she'd need a building loan. She nearly strained her back while putting on some extra charm. We'll give the banker credit 'cause he didn't show alarm when told she would be adding a bordello to the town. She sat up like a gopher when he didn't turn her down. She promised to be prompt and prudent, paying off her debt. $2,000 in 2 years were terms he'd not regret. Before a year had yawned and died, amazement struck him dumb like rattlers in his bedroll. Alice paid the whole darn sum. In answer to his query of her fast financial feat, she said the Elks Convention had been held just down the street. The army was camped outside town, and she had plumb forgot the Methodist State Conference kept her place a real hot spot.